Hello everybody, this is Mr. DSI Review, and today I'm bringing you guys the first episode of This Week in Nintendo 3DS News. This week we'll be covering the 3rd through the 9th of October, and so I guess let's jump right in. So first, there's the announcement of Resident Evil Revelations release date, which for North America is going to be February 7th, and then for Europe that's going to be January 27th. And there will also be a GameStop pre-order bonus, which is a pretty awesome looking case that actually changes in the sunlight. Now, in the cover art of Resident Evil Revelations, there's this eye, and on the case for the Nintendo 3DS, the eye appears when it's exposed to sunlight. Next is there was an update to the Pokédex 3D. Now, previously you could unlock some minor features if you collected enough stickers, but now these features are all automatically unlocked, and that's really about it. Nothing huge, so that's why there was no article about it, but still worth mentioning. Alright, next, the creators of Mega Man have revealed a new 3DS game called King of Pirates. Now, it's not going to be out even in Japan for a while, but it's worth mentioning, and rather than being, like a Mega Man game, it's going to be an action RPG. Um, and supposedly it's supposed to have a pretty deep and interesting storyline. So that might be something to look forward to in the rather late future. Now, also, Nintendo of Europe has hinted at a slider pad release for the Nintendo 3DS, and it's hinted that it's going to be released with Resident Evil Revelations. This may or may not be true, but you know, it will be interesting to see how well it works out, and actually, if it is compatible with Resident Evil Revelations, which I believe it's supposed to be, then that might be nice because I may have mentioned in the past that I tried out Resident Evil Mercenaries from a friend, and I thought the controls were a little awkward, especially with turning, so maybe with two slider pads, that'll actually be quite well done. Now, next is that Japan is going to get an ice white Nintendo 3DS in November, and sometime in the future, um, they're going to be getting a pink one. I believe that's later this month, actually. Um, that's really about it as far as that goes. And then there'll also be a bundle for Monster Hunter Tri-G that's been announced for Japan, and that has another special edition 3DS. It's custom painted and white. It's got a pretty cool looking design on the outside, and that's about it for that. And then next bit of news is that the indie platform game VVVVVV is going to be coming to the Nintendo 3DS and I believe also DSi shop. I'm not positive on that last one, but definitely going to be hitting at least the eShop sometime. It's going to be ported by Nicalis, who are the same guys who ported over Cave Story. So it's supposed to be pretty much the same game, and it's also going to feature a few user-made levels um, up for download right away, and some more later on. So, that'll be interesting. I actually do not own the game, so I'll probably pick it up. But, for some people who are already doing it, you may or may not be interested at all. And then finally, biggest piece of news, I suppose, is that there's going to be a Nintendo 3DS headset. Now, this is interesting because the headset, naturally would be for games with voice chat, except that as far as I'm concerned, there currently are no Nintendo 3DS games with voice chat. So it'd be really cool to see what games there would be. Now, I believe that Animal Crossing City Folk was kind of promoted Wii Speak, so I'd like to think Animal Crossing will support that. Maybe Mario Kart. Um, so, just other online games as well. But those two pop to mind in particular. Now, the people at Gimme Gimme Games are speculating that it could actually be a big deal, unlike, for example, the Wii Speak, because stuff like the Wii Speak came out about 2 years after the Wii, and just never really caught on. I remember hearing about it when it was out, and I thought maybe it'll be a big deal, but then it just kind of died out. But since it really hasn't been that long since the Nintendo 3DS's release, and frankly, its library is still rather small, um, it could have potential as, actually being something that a lot of people have and use, especially if it's bundled with something like maybe, like I mentioned earlier, if it's bundled with Mario Kart or it's bundled with Animal Crossing. Um, so anyway, that's about it for this week in review. Now, if you guys like, you can check out my website where I post articles regularly, so you'll get the big pieces of news before each weekly episode, and you guys should be seeing a review in a few days. And that's really about it then. So if you like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, send this to your friends. Like I said, check out my website, and I will see you guys next time.